Mataji. Yes, sir. What word meaning? Yasya, whose, amalam, spotless, divi, in heaven, yasha, fame, pratitam, disseminated, rasayam, in the subterranean region, bhumau, on the earth, cha, and te, your, bhuvana, for all the worlds, mangala, O creator of good fortune, dik, in or of the all the universal directions, Nitanam, the expansions or decorative canopy, Mandakini iti, called Mandakini, Divi, in heaven, Bhogavati iti, called Bhogavati, Cha, and Adha, below, Ganga iti, called Ganga, Cha, and Iha, here, on the earth, Charana, from your feet, Ambu, the water, Punati, purifies, Vishwam, the whole universe. Translation purport with the disciples of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki, His disciples ki jai. Translation. My dear Lord, you are the symbol of everything auspicious. Your transcendental name and fame is spread like a canopy all over the universe, including the higher, middle, and lower planetary systems. The transcendental water that washes your lotus feet is known in the higher planetary systems as the Mandakini River, in the lower planetary systems as the Bhogavati, and in this earthly planetary system as the Ganges. This sacred transcendental water flows throughout the entire universe, purifying wherever it goes. Purport. This translation is based on Srila Prabhupada's Krishna. Sridhar Swami mentions that the word Digvitanam indicates that Lord Krishna's transcendent glories spread throughout the universe like a cooling canopy over the universal directions. In other words, the whole world can find shelter under the cooling shade of the Lord's lotus feet. Thus, the Lord is Bhuvanamangala, the symbol of everything auspicious for this world. Let us offer prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamsya Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunadanvitam Tam Sajivam साद्वैतं सावधूतं पर्यनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नामने गौतिषे नमः। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्ता नमस्ते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिय नीलाचला निवासाय नित्याय परमात्मने बलभद्र सुभद्राभ्यां जगन्नाथाय ते नमः वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवासदि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे I seek blessing of all devotees present here, friends of Prabhu, Gaurang Prabhu, and all the devotees uh, to bless me so that I will be able to speak about the glories of the Lord in Parampara, purifying my, for my own purification and the glorification of the Lord. And there are 40, I think 40. Two more verses are the 40. From 40 to 44. So we recited 44. Now we will see 40. These are the Narada Muni speaks. Narada comes to the assembly of Lord Krishna, wherever all are present. He speaks to the Lord now. Verse number 40. Atapi ashraya ashravaye brahma naraloka vidambanam raja paiti swasreyasya bhaktasya cha chikirshitam. Nonetheless, O Supreme Truth, playing the part of a human being, I shall tell you what your devotee Yudhishthira, the son of your father's sister, intend to do. Then 41. Yakshyati tvam makendrena rajasuyena pandava parameshtya kamo nripastis tad bhavan anumodatam. Desiring unrivaled sovereignty, King Yudhishthira intends to worship you with the greatest fire sacrifice, the Rajasuya. Please bless his endeavor. 42, you gave me from 42 actually. Okay, we'll read from 42. 42 numbers. Tasmin deva krutau vare bhavantam vai suradaya didrikshva sava sameshyanti rajanascha yashasvinaha. O Lord, exalted demigods and glorious kings, eager to see you, will all come to that best of these sacrifices. The Acharyas explain that Narada here means to say that since all the great personalities will come, especially to see Lord Krishna, he should also come to that sacrifice. 43 verse. Shanvanat Kirtanat Dhyanat Puyanta Ante Vasaina Tava Brahma Maya Shesha Kim Utekshabhi Marshinaha. O Lord, even the outcasts are purified by hearing and chanting your glories and meditating upon you, the absolute truth. What then to speak of those who see and touch you? Srila Sridhar Swami interprets the word Brahma Mayasya to mean Brahma Gana Murte, of the concentrated form of the absolute truth. Then we recited now this. Yasyamalam divi yasha pratitam rasayam bhumauchate bhuvana mangala digvitana mandakaniti divi bhogavati iti chado gangeti cha charnambu punati vishwam. Here, my dear Lord, you are the symbol of everything auspicious. Your transcendental name and fame is spread like a canopy all over the universe, including the higher, middle, and lower planetary systems. The, the transcendental water that washes your feet is known in the higher planet system as Mandakini, in the lower planet systems as Bhogavati, in the earthly planet systems as Ganges, and this sacred transcendental water flows throughout the entire universe to purifying wherever it goes. So we'll hear the verse, the 43 verse, Nardamani is speaking. Shanvanat Kirtanat Dhyanat Puyante Ante Vasayana. You know, saying by one is purified by hearing and chanting the glories of the Lord and by meditating on you, on the Lord. Even the outcasts are purified. You know, that we see the miracle of what Srila Prabhupada did. You know, he went to the West where people are no following regulatory principles, nothing. You know, all who all came in touch with Prabhupada and chanting, take up the chanting of the holy names uh, in the association of Srila Prabhupada, they all got purified. So normally conditioned souls, you know, they are not much attracted to the glories of the Lord, anything. But where the circumstances where Krishna makes people to get attracted to these, uh, like in the when Prabhupada went in the West, and in the park, Prabhupada was chanting, with that small drum. Uh, where people are all intoxicated, they are just fond of music, so they by that they came to Prabhupada and they saw the sacrifice of Srila Prabhupada, how in that condition you are staying in Bowery, like that. So the background is makes the thing very prominent. We see in the like when we take darshan of the Lord. So when the dress is there, so to make the dress looks nice, what backdrop you put is also what background you put, that is also important. If background is not same as the dress color or something, then you may not able to see properly or not see the glory of that. So when uh, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared also, we see how this the place where Prabhu, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared is ruled by Muslims. We may think, "Arey, why Lord, Lord can, if he wants, he would have immediately wiped out." But ruled by Muslims, so many difficulties, we know before that. God appeared. And the whole the time was mm, Sri Chaitanya time where the whole ruling was under Muslims. Uh, so we can understand how uh, the importance of the this chanting of Hare Krishna mantra, regardless, whatever circumstances may be. You know, we at the present moment we may see so many uh, things which are not maybe favorable to Krishna consciousness, and because of modern technology or whatever, and whole society is in topsy turvy. And if we go on thinking about what is going on outside, one would be bewildered. And, we may become more anxiety and think of what will happen in the future and outside, all those things. But we see how Lord appeared when there is full opposition is there, uh, ruled by somebody. At least currently now, there is no such thing happening. You know. So, so whatever circumstances may be, Lord shows from His own life, importance of this chanting and hearing, and we see in the life of Prabhupada also. Prabhupada was all his wealth, everything is gone. Then with so much difficulties, Prabhupada tried to preach in India. Then he went to West with 40 rupees with Srimad Bhagvatam sets. Uh, he used to distribute those books. Previous one week before, Sina Simba was reading that whole episode of how Prabhupada he is doing, he's writing and he's purchasing paper, he's giving, taking to the printer, printing. After printing, he's proofreading. Then again, second printing, all that. Then again, he's only distributing. They are saying, even though they print all the copies, they give some copies, you distribute, those and get Lakshmi and pay that amount and again take some books. Like that, Prabhupada was doing. So, so much difficulties we saw in the life of Prabhupada. So, when we hear how Prabhupada took so much pain, then we also feel we should also take it seriously. This chanting of the glories of chanting and hearing the glories of the Lord. Here Narada is saying, even the outcasts are purified by hearing and chanting your glories and meditating upon you. So, in our life, we should take this very seriously. In third canto, um, Kapil Muni explains to Mother Dehuti. Uh, those who are practicing Krishna consciousness, in the practicing stage, Kapil Dev says, a devotee should always try to hear about spiritual matters, and should always utilize his time in chanting the holy names of the Lord. His behavior should be always be straightforward and simple. Although he is not envious but friendly to everyone, he should avoid the company of persons who are not spiritually advanced. So here in the purport, Prabhupada explains how about explains about mm, one can understand the reality of spiritual life by following strict regulative principles and by controlling the senses. And to have control, it is necessary that one be non-violent, truthful, refrain from stealing, abstain from sex life, and possess only for that which is absolutely necessary for keeping the body and soul together. Then Prabhu explains about the nectar of instructions. Uh, First, second, the slokas. One should not eat more than necessary, and not collect more paraphernalia than necessary, not talk unnecessarily with common men. Should follow rules and regulations without. One should not follow the rules and regulations without purpose. He should follow the rules and regulations so that he may actually make advancement. Like that Prabhupada explains then from Bhagavad Gita. And then Prabhupada speaks about how one should follow Trinadapi Sunichan. One should not expect respect from others. One should be tolerant and simple, um, and accept the spiritual master and control the senses. So, like that, one should follow the rules and regulations. And when we take up the seriously, then we can slowly advance. In the beginning, we may feel sleepy in chanting. Why we feel sleepy is because we have no taste. You know? That is the reason. So, for to get taste, Sushusho Sadhadanasya Vasudeva Katarchi, Syan Matsevepra Punyate Nishevanath. So, when we serve the great souls, we should think how all our services are connected to serving Srila Prabhupada, spiritual master, to please them. And not just doing just for the sake of doing or just to carry on. One should develop that inner attitude that I am doing this for the pleasure of spiritual master Prabhupada. And one should personally also serve great souls when one get opportunity. By that one can get taste. And also one should endeavor, when you are chanting, following these four rules and regulations. Then slowly, one gets purified. Then one can then Kapil Muni says, Madharmano gunair ete parisam suddha ashaya purushasyanjasa beti shrutamatra gunam hi mam. When one is fully qualified with all these transcendental attributes and his consciousness is thus completely purified, he is immediately attracted simply by hearing my name or hearing my transcendental quality. So then when one develops, once get purified, then one develops taste for the holy name. Currently, I can say myself, like, which is like affected with jaundice. Jaundice person can't taste the sugarcane juice. The holy name is, we say the nectar notion of holy name. We say, so it is nectar, but we have no. If one doesn't have taste, one should go on taking it. Then when the jaundice is purified, then one can get taste for the holy name. So in the next shloka, here Navami is saying that you are a symbol of everything auspiciousness. Bhuvana Mangalam, he was saying, And Lord, your transcendental name and fame is spread like a canopy all over the universe, including the higher, middle, and lower planetary systems. So we see currently we may not see how Lord glories are spread everywhere, like the world which we observe. But this whole material world is only 1/4 of the whole creation of the Lord. 3/4 is spiritual world. All devotees, pure devotees, everyone are present in the spiritual world. They are always, chanting the glories of the Lord always. And in this material world, only this, out of unlimited uh, universes, which are like mustard seed in a bag, higher planetary systems, all the demigods, they are like devotees. They are devotees where the consciousness of conscious of glories of the Lord, and they may have different degree of their own material attachments or desire for sense gratification, but they are they have regular recitation of or worshipping the Lord, and they may have their time also like that. Like we in temple, we are also practicing. I can say like, you know, if you see only the temple, inside the temple we are like, practicing devotees are like demigods. you know, they have their control services, and we desire to serve the Lord also. Yeah. And we have our desires. So Lord, according to the, you know, mm, according to the within the border, one gets some things, uh, following for regular principles, and but there is mm, there is opportunity for both. If somebody wants to strictly very strongly practice, he can do that. But somebody has some desire, Krishna will arrange that also within the thing. So outside we may not have any influence or anything. I'm saying in the temple. When you get glories, will get mala, and you can, so a lot of respect comes within the community, or like that. So the higher planet systems, all demigods, they are all worshipping the Lord, and like that. In the earthly planetary system, this is also like one part. This what we see is now, and we see that whole earth is very, it is a, there are many varshas are there. In all those varshas, we read prayers in fifth canto, how they are all worshipping particular expansion of the Lord in different places. Only this place, this small place where people are ignorant of the glories of the Lord, this place, especially in Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga is a time where so contaminated place, like nobody want to go to toilet area. So the demigods, they don't come here. Present we don't see demigods coming here, but in other yugas we see, they are coming in this Rajasuya Yagna. All Brahmaji, everybody comes. Uh, so we may not see now the glories of the Lord spread all over the uh, place, in this world, what we are seeing. But it is only a small place where people are ignorant of the glories of the Lord. Like when we read all the Dashavatara, that song, and when we see how Lord is appearing, uh, every time to time, to deliver the conditioned souls. Mm. Uh, Even though living entities, they don't uh, look for getting rectified, or still the Lord thinks of the living entities. In Gajendra, deliverance of Gajendra prayers, in one purport Prabhu writes, even though living entity doesn't think of Krishna, still the Lord makes plans for the living entities to get deliverance, uh, to get rectified. That's why we all get all these. And he sends his devotees. He sends Srimad Bhagavatam. He himself comes, and every millennium after millennium. So when we read how Lord is appearing, millennium after millennium, we get we come out of all fear. And otherwise, when we are in thinking about the small circumstances, we may think about the current situation, or you know, we may feel fearful. But when we think about the whole view, how Lord is appearing, and this is only a fraction of time, and we have always opportunity to Krishna arranges in our life to go to get purified and go back home, back to Godhead. So here uh, in the previous sloka, even the outcasts are purified by hearing and chanting your glories and meditating on you. So here we are just first process is Sravanam, then Kirtanam. So when we hear the glories of the Lord, then we'll be able to chant the glories of the Lord. Right. I will read some slokas which inspire for for hearing the glories of the Lord. Yesterday, Srimad Bhagavatam appeared. From last 1 week, the Parishit Maharaj heard Srimad Bhagavatam, and yesterday so many Bhagavatams were distributed. So this with all our services going on, we should take our time to hear the glories of the. That's why we have this sitting and hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. Services may be there. There may be you may not have time, but still one should uh, take out the time for hearing the glories of Lord, chanting the glories of the Lord. Then, yesterday, Tuhin Babu told, asked me about for the class. Shri Nitai Gaurang ki, Shri Prabhupada ki, for class. Then yesterday I had services and a whole day. Then still I thought, jitna bhi service ho, we should take our time to read. So if you want to give class, you have to read before. So I took that as an opportunity to, and I will, at least for this reason, I will prepare something and I read. Um, so this services, so many services may be there, but still this is the priority. But if this is, we may think, if we don't have class, we can do more service. Our morning chanting mean I thought our but actually, Prabhupada says it becomes a place for pigeons and doves. Afterwards, nothing will be there. You know. Somehow and we are fortunate from the beginning. We had this so much given importance, because whatever you learn in the beginning days, that goes actually inside. So from beginning days, we saw how we had nice time for chanting Bhagavatam class. So that gone inside. Now even sometimes you are not able to do it, you feel guilty. I am doing something wrong. I have to rectify. Uh, and we can help each other also. Here, the sages of Naimisharan, they were saying, Vayantuna Vitrutyama, Uttama Sloka Vikrame, Yashnutam Rasagnanam, Swadu Swadu Pade Pade. They say that they're encouraging the speaker. We never tire of hearing the tangential pastimes of the personality of Godhead, who is glorified by hymns and prayers. Hymns and prayers. Those who have developed a taste for tangential relationship with Him relish hearing His pastimes at every moment. Actually, why we take this hearing and chanting very seriously? Because that is the way where when we chant with proper mood and proper attitude, the purification happens. You know? Other processes are there. We do deity worship and all, but this mm, hearing and chanting the glories of the Lord and chanting the holy names gives the purification. So when we do this with proper attitude and mood, purification happens fast. Shanuta Krishna Punyashravana Kirtan Hridayantastha Bhadrani Vidunoti Sutsatam. And Sukdev Goswami says in second canto that Ayur Harati Vaipamsam Udyan Astam Chayannasho Tasyate Yachano Nita Uttama Sloka Vate. Both by rising and by setting, the sun decreases the duration of life, everyone, except one who utilizes the time by discussing the topics of the all good personality of Godhead. So, as the sun rises and sun sets, everybody's duration will uh, the sun decreases the duration of life of everyone except one who utilizes the time for discussing topics of the Lord. So if we want to be always fresh young in our spiritual life, one should take this process of hearing and chanting very seriously. We saw how Subhak Maharaj was giving classes. He's so you know, enthusiastically was speaking about Krishna. So his age is 17, 80, 83. So, but still they are ever fresh in Krishna consciousness. Their consciousness is fully absorbed in Krishna. Like Prabhupada, even the last days, he was giving purports to Srimad Bhagvatam, 10th canto, 14th chapter. How clear his consciousness is. Body may be deteriorated, but consciousness is so clear. So this happens by, and we should hear from the bona fide sources. Shanvata Shaddaya Nityam Pranatascha Swachestitam Kalena Nati Dirgyana Bhagwan Vishite Hridi. Persons who hear Srimad Bhagavatam regularly and always taking the matter very seriously will have the personality of Godhead Sri Krishna manifested in their hearts within a short time. So one who takes seriously and this glories of the Lord. So we'll discuss one small pastime of from the Krishna book. When Lord Krishna lifted Govardhan Hill at the age of 7. So after he puts back the Govardhan Hill and everybody goes to the homes, all the Vrajvasis they become very inquisitive because previously when Lord killed so many demons, Agasura, Bagasura, Putana, but Trinavrata, but not all saw it very, like Bakasura was killed, only covered his friends saw Agasura. They used to come and speak in the homes, how Krishna killed. And Putana, he sucked her milk and he took out the hair, life hair. Trinavrata, he was taken up, and both Krishna came back down. They say that because uh, uh, Krishna is very pious and the demon is very sinful. That's why Lord saved him. And they always thought, na, Bhagwan unko bachaya. But this time everybody saw that Krishna was lifted Govardhan Hill and he was standing for 7 days. So ito pratyaksha praman. So they become inquisitive and they all go to Nanda Maharaj. Then they all assemble in front of him and ask, "Hmm, we want to ask you something, na? Your child is something special. Maybe he's a demigod, he's somebody, and they all something extraordinary. How he just lifted like a elephant lifting a lotus, uh, or a child lifting a mushroom. Uh, how it can be possible, like that. Then. mm, uh, then they all repeat, remind of all the pastimes of Krishna. In that one small chapter, they remember all the what all Lord did. He killed the Putana when he was 3 months old. Then Trinavrata, after 1 year. Then he was put on record when he kicked, and it was fell down. Then Yamalajana trees, how they were fell by him. Like that, Bakasura, Agasura, they all recollect all the pastimes. All because they saw in front, lifting Govardhan Hill. Then they gets confirmed all other pastimes. Previously, when the children says, "Na, Lord, he came out between the trees." Then they all say, "Na, how a child can pull the trees like that." So, like that, they all ask Nanda Maharaj. Then Nanda Maharaj says that, I will tell what Garg Muni said when he came to give name giving ceremony. Then he says he's equal in strength of Narayana, and he has many names. He has appeared before in red color, yellow color, the Sweta or white. So, like that, he says, and he gives pleasure to all the Vrajavasis, and he protects all the Vrajavasis, and whoever takes shelter of him will be protected from all, you know, any anything may could bring difficulty to the um, anyone. Those who take shelter of Krishna, they will be protected from all. Like that, he speaks what Gargamuni says. Then they all become pacified. So when they hear from Nanda Maharaj, from the bona fide source about Krishna, they all become pacified. So like that, when we hear the glories of the Lord and from the bona fide sources, we all get pacified from any anxieties of this world. Uh, and one can relish the pastimes of the Lord. So like that, uh, one should be enthusiastic to hear the glories of the Lord, chant the glories. First we hear, and sometimes, like as I said today, you know, if you don't have time for hearing, then you take opportunity to speak. Then you automatically, you will chant also. Then when you are speaking to somebody also, you can recollect, you can remember Krishna. Some other, we should take opportunity to hear glories of the Lord every day, in spite of any number of services or difficulties. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki.